Patrick McDermott is here with us today, RGP Consultant. Patrick, thanks for joining us on the first inaugural version of RGP Connection Points with our consultant highlight. How are you?
Absolutely, doing great. Glad to be
here. Good. Great. Well, we'd like the business world to get to know you a little bit. What's your hometown? Where are you from?
Yeah, so actually I'm based out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Great. Good old Memphis. We can hear it in your voice too. You're representing. I appreciate that. So how long have you been a consultant, Patrick?
Yeah, so I've been consulting now for almost a year and a half.
Okay, great. And has that all been with RGP?
It has been, yep. It's been with RGP, and so far it's been all with one client. So
yeah, that's great. We're gonna talk. That's gonna be exciting to talk a little bit more about that because it's been a year and a half and you've been at one client. Just a little personal fun question for you. Do you have a favorite cartoon, comic book hero, or superhero? Who's your favorite of all that? Like,
I would say growing up cartoons, I was always a Looney Tunes fan because I mean you can't get enough of Wile E. Coyote and Bugs, so those were always hilarious. So
good stuff.
Saturday mornings.
Yeah, those good old Saturday mornings. Those are classic for sure. I haven't thought about those in a while, so I appreciate you putting out there. Might have to maybe throw one up on YouTube here tonight when I'm with the family. Good deal. Well, hey, let's dive right in, Patrick, and talk about this engagement. And tell us a little bit, like, what industry is the client in, and how big are they? Global, national? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, just at a real high level. I mean, the client I work for is a global manufacturing company.
Okay, awesome. Yep, and obviously I know who that is too, but we're just going to keep that off the record. I'm sure our clients and our viewers will understand why. And what were you originally brought in to do a year and a half ago?
Yeah, so the client actually had a facility that they were in the process of preparing for sale, and so they needed someone to come in real quick and boots on the ground and really help with all the finance and accounting side of transferring assets and helping safeguard things and doing some audits. So that's kind of where I came in, and they had another individual who was rolling off to an international assignment, and really that took about 9 or so months to really wind that thing down. But again, in those kind of instances, though, you're doing finance and accounting, but you're doing a lot more than that, just wherever you can, because it's usually a small crew when you're selling stuff. So. Yeah,
I remember our catch-ups. You definitely wore a lot of hats for that 9-month period. Yeah, and you did it well too. Our client gave us great raving feedback about you, so much that they actually moved you into a second role. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
They did. So actually, in the middle of the other one, they had a need in Virginia, and so they were going through some changes with their finance team there, and they were without a controller for a number of months, and so I was able to quickly move over there, help them out at that facility, as they were also then shortly after I got there onboarding another controller. So it was, hey, come in there, kind of help keep things together, and then help train their next controller. So that's what I had done over there.
Nice. So some transition planning. You were able to plug and play while they hired on their long-term full-time equivalent, and you were able to do knowledge transfer, train, and kind of stick around. That's great.
Yep.
And we our client loved you so much they gave you a third opportunity. It's probably similar to the Virginia opportunity. Is that correct?
It's similar, but actually it's so now for the last month or so I've been in Texarkana, Texas, and it's similar with their finance structure there. Same thing. They had another their lead finance person in this case had left the company, and they were needing someone to come in there for a plant that was relatively new to their fold. They had just acquired it from another company, so a lot of transition, a lot of moving parts going on, and so again able to help fill that void, and again, as we're talking here, don't know what that's going to look like down the road in terms of the timing of getting that backfill. But again, I mean, being able to help out wherever I can to help the lead team here and succeed, and also the finance team.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Patrick. So yeah, you've made our client very happy in a lot of different ways, which is just one example of how RGP consultants impact our clients. I mean, your background was really relevant and pertinent to the initial engagement, and it's continued to apply in other roles. Have you picked up some new knowledge and experience along the way during this year and a half?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
I had spent about 20 years with another global manufacturing company, which that's part of the reason you talk about a good fit with kind of my skill set. But anytime you're going into a new company, new organization, you learn a lot of different ways of doing things, how they're structured, obviously systems, data, people. So there's a lot that you pick up. And there's also a lot that you add to that client and that local team that maybe they hadn't thought about it that way, or you can kind of provide your experience. So that's, but definitely it's always a learning experience every single day.
Yeah, no, that's great. So it was win-win. We got to grow, or you got to grow as an RGP consultant, but we also delivered value to the client, and it's just a very synergistic relationship. Well, Patrick, we appreciate all the hard work, and I know our client does as well. And also wanted to thank you for spending a few moments with us here on the first inaugural RGP Connection Points.
Yep.
And if anyone wants to connect with Patrick, you'll be able to follow up with me, and we can get you in front of Patrick at some point. Maybe you could leverage him for one of your future projects.
Sounds great.